Cool.
It's recording. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Intro to Tibetan. Tibetan Alphabet with Wordsmith. So anyway, and then the same word, juk. Where was I? Juk.
Bodhisattva vows.
Yeah, Bodhisattva way of life. Can't remember. It also means roach in Hebrew, but that's something different. Anyway, the whole point is, even if you are a Tibetan speaker, these things are very difficult to learn, and you still have to have someone like teach you them specifically, just like physics or other more technical topics within your language, right? Like you could pick up a physics book in Russian and know what the words say, but still not get anything meaningful from it. You have to have like a teacher be like, oh, that, in that case, this means that, and so on. So blah, blah, blah. And then, so we need translators. We need people who can speak Tibetan or read Tibetan, understand it, and understand these concepts. Because otherwise, the books will get lost. And they're already close to getting lost, actually. There's very few people that understand these topics. Even in Tibet, or where Tibetans are in India as well. And so, yeah, we have to get to work. And so I'm teaching this class. I mean, partly for really selfish reasons. I just want the karma to make more money in the mixed nuts class. So I figure if I teach you guys, I'll know everything. And it's really fun for me to learn language and learn Tibetan specifically. Tibetan, like every language has its idiosyncrasies, the things about it that make it, unique. And in certain ways, it's really easy. It's a really easy language. Other ways, it's really difficult. And yeah, that's with every language. I mean, I don't know, I've studied like 8 languages or something, to various degrees, and all of them have like things that make them simple and other things that make them like, impossible. So there it is. I think that's all I talk about before we start. Okay, so I have 6 amazing students. Ina, Aijan, Lydia, Alexei, Alexander, and Yulia. And they all, and I compelled them, I juked them to please teach some Mexican people who want to learn Tibetan, partly because I didn't feel like it, and partly because they can get some good karma from it. And so one of the good things that came out of that is they all did it. Thank you so much, Ina and Aijan here, and Lydia in the other room. And they made some really good presentations from it. So I'm stealing those presentations because I'm lazy, and then I don't have to make my own, which I don't feel like doing. And so that's what we're going to use today. So we ready? Any questions before we start? Nope. Loading. Okay. All right. Ina, what does nang mean?
Good question.
You used to know.
Yeah. Give. To give.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But it's like just polite, remember?
Honorific.
Yeah, it's like honorific or just like polite. So yeah, Chakrep Nanjung. Apparently that means welcome. Blah, blah, blah. This is all the stuff I just said. Okay. So, um, so here's the Tibetan alphabet, and I don't know about Russian as much, but the English alphabet is like a big mess. It just like the English language, right? It's a mess. There's a lot of exceptions and just a lot of things that make it difficult to learn. If you ever have a chance to learn Sanskrit, it is not a mess. It is the exact opposite. It is like perfectly made. And that's actually what Sanskrit means, perfectly made. And it really is. Tibetan was adapted, at least the written form, from Sanskrit. And basically, they do not have an alphabet like in English. Tell me, Cyrillic, does every Cyrillic letter, is it pronounced and said the same, or do they have their own names when you say them and then they're pronounced differently in words?
Cyrillic you can divide by 3 parts. The 1/3 of alphabet sounds like English and pronounced like English letters. The second third of the alphabet doesn't sound like English, but pronounced like English. And the third is doesn't sound and don't look like English.
Okay.
I'll just say, I think that every language has at least 30% of Latin origination words, most of the language. So that's why even Cyrillic has a lot of, even Russian language has a lot of French words.
Okay, interesting.
Usually you don't have any issues when once you have studied Russian alphabet, you don't have any issues to read.
Yeah.
This is my question though, like in English, so in English we say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? So the name of the letter, for instance, is F.
Yeah, it's same.
But it's pronounced. So in Cyrillic, are the letters pronounced the same exact as the name of the letter, or are they two different things?
The 1/3 of the letters do pronounce exactly the way you write them and spell.
Oh, got it. Okay, so it's mixed. Perfect, thank you. So in Tibetan, it's 100%. The name of the letter is how the letter is pronounced. Okay, so that's a huge advantage of Tibetan and Sanskrit if you ever get to study. So it's not actually an alphabet, it's what we call a syllabary, meaning it's made of syllables, right? So the first letter in Tibetan, Ina, how do you pronounce it?
Ka.
Perfect. So that is also the name of the letter. So it is pronounced ka and it is named ka. No difference, okay? So all the letters are like that. And all the letters have an ah in them as part of their name and their basic pronunciation. So ah, represented by the letter A, is the foundation of every Tibetan letter. Okay? Everyone got that?
So you're saying that I is the foundation of every Tibetan letter?
Yeah. Ah is in every letter. Ka, cha, ta, pa,
so you
ta.
consider R as a foundation?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
It's the foundation of the whole language. It's the most basic sound humans make. Ah, right? You don't need any tongue, lip, teeth, anything. You just It's just the most basic sound humans make, right? So it makes sense to be the foundation. Oh yeah, this is the other speech I was going to give. I forgot. I got to give this speech. So Tibetan language, what we're studying, the alphabet system, the syllabary we're studying is called Uchen. Everybody say Uchen. I won't hear you, but just say it. U means head and Chen means has one. So Uchen means the letters with a little line on top. They have this little line on top, okay? So the difficulty with putting a language into your letters of your language is that other languages don't have the same exact sounds as your language. You know, that's what makes them sound so foreign, so strange to your ear, is that they're comprised of different sounds. So when you want to represent another language in your own using the letters from your language, in this case, we're using English letters, right? And but also, I believe Ina and some other folks are working on representing the Tibetan language using Cyrillic, right?
We just finished yesterday.
Yay! So it presents like really specific challenges. And one of those challenges is it's impossible to make the sounds of Tibetan with English letters as your foundation and English sounds as your training, because those sounds from Tibetan do not exist in English. Okay? So what happens to people who know English, who are familiar with English letters, is they see those letters. You know, if they have no training, it makes sense. They see those letters, they know they're supposed to be reading Tibetan. They have no idea how it's supposed to sound. And then they make the sounds as if how those English letters would be pronounced. Makes perfect sense because that's all they know. But as you start to learn Tibetan alphabet, what's going to happen in your mind is like a schism is going to form. Part of you is going to want to stick to certain sounds that are the English sounds. And so when you see the letters, you know, the way we do it in ACIP is to capitalize the letters. And that means you're not speaking in English anymore. You're just speaking in Tibetan as represented by English letters. And as you see, there's 30 letters in the Tibetan alphabet. And you see each one of these is represented either by 2 symbols or 3 symbols, right? All of them containing the letter A or A. And this is a code. None of these is the same because each one represents a different Tibetan letter. Okay? So I implore you, I juke you, right? I impel you, please do not mix up the Tibetan sounds that are being represented by English letters and the English sounds that they would usually represent in the English language. And to make it even more confusing, because you need to get more confused in your first day in Tibetan class, right? These letters, English, sometimes for people who have no training, right? Who didn't take this class with me or listen to Geshe Michael's videos on YouTube or from some other teacher, we sometimes write Tibetan in non-specific, non-technical English letters, usually just lowercase, as opposed to, you know, uppercase, big letters, as a means to give people a chance to be able to pronounce these things correctly. Like in a prayer book, like Jane has been to quite a few of our you know, ACI retreats and stuff. And she knows, like, she opens a prayer book just so people can follow along. We put the Tibetan in regular, as best we can, English pronounceable words, but it's not technical. It's just there to give people at least some idea of how to pronounce the letters without having to take these classes, because not everyone has taken or wants to take these classes. So you have to know when, because when it's like that, it can't represent the sounds exactly. And that's not the intent. The intent is just to give people a general idea so that they can have some basic pronunciation of those words to like follow along in prayers and other things like that. Okay. Everyone's like, okay, I guess. All right, good enough. So, any question?
It was okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Word, I have a question.
Who's that, Jane? Oh, it's
No,
Leah.
it's Leah. And sorry, my dog just barked. So are there no vowels?
Oh, there's vowels.
Okay.
That's class 2.
Okay. Thanks.
Question though. Yeah, there's tons of vowels, right? Zhang, Chub, Sem, Ba, right? There's a bunch of vowels in there. Yeah, we saw the 5 major vowels, and then we have some diphthongs too, if you want to get technical. But the vowels, just like in Sanskrit, have their own marks. So it's not like English where we make a separate letter symbol for them. We make marks in Tibetan.
Yeah, I'm looking at a Sanskrit book, and it seems like the chart is similarly laid out, you know, for guttural and palatal and dental.
Yeah. A Tibetan king sent a delegation to India like 1,000 years ago, and they came up with this chart from Sanskrit. So, and that's a long story, and we're already halfway through class, so we're not going to go there. But thank you, Leah. Okay, so let's get started. So in language class, you have to make noise. If you listen to Mixed Nuts class, I'm often making tons of noise, yelling out answers, whether they're right or wrong, in the hopes of making $20 or so. So you have to issue words from your lips to make sure you get this down. So right now you are about age 5, and I am your grammar teacher, your ABC denarian. I'm teaching you letters, okay? So you have to yell out. On mute though, okay? Well, don't worry, we'll have some time to unmute you and test you, okay? All right, so let's start. So the first thing we have to learn is the alphabet, the syllabary is divided into these wonderful column systems and row systems, okay? And so someone on Wikipedia made this chart and they color-coded it, and then I proceeded to steal said chart and adapt it. I don't know if I've adapted it enough to avoid copyright infringement, but I hope so. I'm not distributing it for money anyway, just educational purposes here. So the first column here is high-toned, meaning it's actually set at a higher tone. Like this is, if this is my medium tone, then this would be my high tone if I was saying in English. In English, we only use high and low tones generally to express some kind of connotation. Like if I was speaking a higher tone, it would mean I was excited or angry or happy or something. But in certain tonal languages like Mandarin Chinese, Cantonese, Tibetan, Vietnamese, if you don't get the tone right and you still get the phenome right, like I'm saying, if I say ka as opposed to ka in Tibetan, it's 2 different meanings. Okay? If I say nga in Tibetan, it means me. If I say nga in Tibetan, it means a drum. Okay? So we have to get the tone right or we will be unintelligible. It's the equivalent of saying the difference between poop and pop in English. Okay? Completely different, completely different meaning. Even though maybe a Tibetan speaker couldn't hear that difference. Like pip, peep, you know, that's small to them. To us, it's obvious, like, right? So we have to be very mindful of tone. So the first column is set in a higher tone, and it is unaspirated. So aspiration means basically like moving air through a small, you know, column. But when we say unaspirated, it doesn't mean no air, because that's impossible unless you're doing in clicks or something, right? What we're saying is the air is less. So English is almost completely, it's completely aspirated. It's so aspirated that people don't know it's aspirated. But if I start talking like this, you would think it was weird, okay? So that is speaking unaspirated. So meaning, so put your hand in front of your face and just speak, because Russian is aspirated too. So just say, you know, hi, my name is, to yourself. Hi, my name is Word. And you'll feel little, someone doesn't have their hand in front of their face. Hi, my name is, and you'll feel little puffs of air coming out of your mouth, correct? Okay, now do the same thing and say, ga, ga, ga. So this is guttural. It means it's gonna, the back of your throat makes the inflection, and you shouldn't feel a puff of air touching your hand. You should, ga, ga, ga. Okay, so this whole column is unaspirated and high tone, like ga. The only thing that changes is where you inflect the sound. So palatal means the roof of your mouth. It's the front part of the roof. So this is ja, 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 and same thing. No aspiration. So ga, ja, and then here da, ba, za. So this one, you have a similar thing in Russian, I believe. Like, I don't know how to say it properly in Russian, but like Tsar Nicholas, right? That's the affricatives. The T is behind the teeth, the two front teeth, and that makes a dental. And then labial means with your lips, right? So ba ba ba. But all without air coming out. So let's practice. Say ga, ja, da, ba, za. Okay. So the second column. So actually, okay. No, we'll do a compare and contrast. So the second column, if you notice, pretty much represented by the same letters, except you add an H here. So again, so the H doesn't mean like this THA isn't the like in English. It just means we are now aspirating the sound. So you should feel a little puff of air come out when you make these sounds. And it's going to be higher in tone. It's the same high tone as the first column. The only thing that's changing is now we are letting air out. Okay? So for this column, it's going to sound like this. You feel air. You'll say ka, cha, ta, pa, za. So I'm exaggerating for effect so you can hear the difference. So it's just ha, ha. Each one of them will have like a ha. And if you hear a Tibetan speak, it's not going to be that that exaggerated, that distinct. But for the sake of your first day in class, we're making it so. So ka, cha, ta, pa, za. Okay? And so the difference here is even more pronounced if you pronounce them back to back. So I'll say ka, ka, cha, cha, ta, ta, pa, pa, za, za. And for this class, just so you know what you're being asked to study, you need to learn both the Tibetan symbol for the letter, the English transliteration, as well as the sound they make, okay? So all of you should make flashcards. On one side of the card is going to be this fancy looking symbol, and the other side is going to be these slightly more familiar English letters, or extremely familiar. And when you look at either of those things, you're going to say ka. Okay? So second column, aspirated. Ka, cha, ta, pa, za. First column, unaspirated. Ka, cha, ta, pa, za. Okay? All right. And don't worry, we're going to play some games and review if this feels like we're going fast for the beginners. But I just want to cover the sounds so that, you know, it's also going to be there in the recording. And we'll post this somewhere or something, probably maybe on my YouTube channel. That'd be a good place to post things. Okay. So this third column here is pretty cool. So Geshe-la likes to tell a whole story when he teaches the third column. So I will tell that story in an abbreviated form. Apparently, I haven't been there, but in the Rio de Janeiro airport, there's a woman who makes the announcements. And when she talks like this. And so Geshe-la jokingly calls this tone, this column either Brazilian or sexy, meaning you're talking like this, which is unusual in English and Russian, right? But in Tibetan, basically what's happening is you're making the sound in your throat, and Geshe-la has a mudra for this. He goes like this. Ka, ka, ka. So this, and so here we go. Even though it's a GA, the sound isn't ga, okay? It's kind of somewhere between a hard guttural, like ka, 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 like cat in English, or kleptomaniac, or, you know, the Clippers, right? Ka. And a softer guttural, like a G, like go, got, you know, gimme, you know, glib. Okay, all those kinds of words, right? It's in between there, but I like to emphasize it's a little, that it's harder because people tend to try to pronounce it like an English G because it is represented by an English G. But the sound is actually ka, ka. So it's voiced, meaning in your larynx, vocal cords, throat, you're making slight rumble, ka. And then same thing here. It's not a J, it's more like a CH. So you're saying cha. Same thing here. It's not a D, it's more like a T, ta. And here, it's not a B, it's more like a P, pa. And here, it's not a soft DZ or DS, because we don't really have this in English, so we're just representing, right? But it's more like a TS. So, ta, okay? So that's third column, and it's lower. So these are all, it says ka, ka, ka. So you have to make it lower in tone, because later you will learn versions of these letters that in some cases that change tone. So if you don't get it right now, or you don't learn it right in the beginning, your Tibetan will sound muddled. You know, you'll just, everything, you know, be like peep, 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 you know, to a Tibetan speaker when you were saying pips, peep, pop or something, you know, it seems ridiculous to us because, you know, if in our mother tongue, these things sound very distinct, but you have to understand it from someone who's just learning the language, especially as an adult. These different tones and different sounds will not sound distinct. Okay. So moving on to our, actually, no, not moving on. So everybody unmute your microphone. Hold on. Don't mind me, I'm still learning how to use all this stuff. And I mean, unless you're in your bathrobe or something, can everyone put their video on too? Okay, so that I can see your mouth. I guess everyone else has their bathrobe on, which is fine. I don't mind. But I'm just gonna help you with your inflection. Okay, so how much time do we have? 10:49. Okay, maybe at this rate, the class will go more than 6 weeks, which is fine. Fine for me, at least. But I want to give everyone a chance to, I want to hear people saying it, so you don't just get the lessons and then go away and then no one knows whether you can actually say them correctly. So starting with Yulia, because her screen is beside mine for some reason. Let's do the first column, okay? So say ka,
Ka,
cha,
cha,
ta,
cha,
pa,
pa,
sa.
cha, ta.
Good. All right. Okay, Leah, first column. You ready?
Ka, cha,
Ka. Wait, just do it after me. Ka,
ka,
cha,
cha,
ta,
cha,
pa,
ba,
sa,
cha,
sa.
cha.
Good, good. Okay. Slava, say ka,
Ka,
cha,
cha,
ta,
ta,
pa,
pa,
sa.
cha, sa.
Wow, it sounds really good. Did you take the course already, Slava?
Ajan, yes, made several videos.
Oh, good job, Ajan.
It was Inna and Alexei.
Yes, three of them. Right.
Okay, very good. You all did well. Okay, good. Now, is it Elmira Spellman? Is that how you pronounce your first name? Sorry.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Hello.
No. Okay, let's do it. Say ka,
Ka,
cha,
cha,
ta,
ta,
pa,
pa,
sa.
sa.
Was that Elmira? Who was calling?
Elmira. Lazarina.
Yes.
Were you making
Yes.
it? Okay, sorry. Couldn't tell. Okay, good job. Marina. Oh wait, you're Marina Larnmark? You're the one you were using Carl Tobias Larnmark?
Yes, my husband.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Hi.
Good, you had good questions. Good. Hi Marina, nice to meet you there. Okay, so say ka,
Hi. Ka,
cha,
cha,
ta,
ta,
pa,
pa,
sa.
sa.
Yay, good job. Someone's child is learning Tibetan too, it sounds like.
mine.
Okay, good. Children pick this stuff up fast. John doesn't need this practice. Galina. Let's hear. Say ka.
Ka.
Cha.
Cha.
Ta.
Ta.
Ba.
Ba.
Ta.
Ta.
Good. Perfect. I like it. Now, Natasha Loganova.
Sure.
Okay. Say ka.
Ka.
Ooh, no. Say ka.
Ka.
But good. Cha.
Cha.
Good. Less air. Cha.
Cha.
Good. Ta.
Ta.
Good. Ba.
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 Nice. Ta.
Ta.
Good. Very good. Okay. And now we have some Cyrillic. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I don't even know how to refer to you, the person whose name I can't pronounce. She has a headset on. Ina, how do you say her name?
Elmira. We have only Elmira in Cyrillic and.
No, I have also in Cyrillic. Elena Spellman.
Yes, I didn't see. Yelena.
Okay, Yelena.
Okay.
Okay, say ka.
Ka.
Cha.
Cha.
Ta.
Ta.
Ba.
Pa.
Ta.
Ta.
Good. Okay, perfect. Okay. Yana Swevkanova.
Yeah,
Something. Sorry, don't mind me as I
it's fine. It's fine.
butcher your names. Say ka.
Ka.
Cha.
Cha.
Ta.
Ta.
Ba.
Pa.
Ta.
Ta.
Great. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jane, you ready?
Yep.
Say ka.
Ka.
Cha.
Ta.
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 Pa.
Pa.
Ta.
Ta.
Good. Very good. Okay. Marina? She there?
Marina
Yes,
Gates.
I'm here.
How do you pronounce your last name, Marina?
Yes.
Gids. Okay, awesome. Okay, say ka.
Ka.
Cha.
Cha.
Ta.
Ta.
Pa.
Pa.
Ta.
Ta.
Good. Okay, good, Marina.
Okay.
Did you take classes with Ina and Ijan and?
A little bit.
She did. She's a very good student.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay, you learning fast. Good job. Excited.
Thank
And
you.
who else? How do you say your name? Is it Tanya? Tanya, with a J-A? T-A-N-J-A?
Hello.
Hi. You ready?
Yes.
Say ka.
Ka.
Cha.
Cha.
Ta.
Ta.
Pa.
Pa.
Ta.
Ta.
Good. Cool. Did I miss anybody? No, just Ijan and Ina. But you guys know it. All right, good. Okay, so that's the first column. It can be difficult for people because the sound isn't really it's not in Russian, it's not in English, and it's not in Chinese. So everyone here is either an English or Russian speaker with other languages, I'm sure. Is there any sounds like that in Finnish, Julia?
No.
I want to learn Finnish just because I heard it's really hard.
No, it's super easy. It's very like structured well, so it's like mathematics. It's easy. Of course, there are some exceptions, but not many.
Yeah, I heard it's like hard mathematics. Okay.
No. Russian is much more difficult.
Is it? Okay. Cool. All right. So that is the first column. And then when you get good at saying, you just go, kachtabata, 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 kachtabata. And so just make sure, in the beginning, just make sure by putting your hand in front of your face. So we have 3 minutes left in class. If anybody needs to go, please go. We're just gonna go a little bit over just to practice. Because otherwise you might not learn that well, and I don't want that. Okay, so the second column, as we went over, is ka, cha, ta, pa, za. Okay. So Yulia, you're our first victim. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Ka,
Yulia first. Go ahead, Yulia.
ka,
Uh-huh.
cha,
Uh-huh.
ta,
Uh-huh.
pa,
Uh-huh.
ta.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Leah.
Ka,
Uh-huh.
cha,
Uh-huh.
ta,
Uh-huh.
pa,
Uh-huh.
ta.
Good. Slava.
Ka,
Mm-hmm.
ta,
Mm-hmm.
sa.
Good. Elena, who very kindly changed her name into English letters for me. Thank you, Elena.
You're welcome. Okay. Ka, cha,
Uh-huh.
pa, pa, ta.
Okay, this one, that's pretty good. Just even more air. Say ka, cha, ta, pa, ta.
Pa, cha, ta, pa, ta.
Yeah, good. Perfect. Both were good. Okay, Marina, Lauren, Mark.
Okay.
Try.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, cha.
Perfect. Lauren, Mark. What kind of last name is that? Lauren, Mark. Is it German? I don't know.
Hollandish.
Oh.
Swedish. It's Swedish.
Oh,
No, it's Swedish. My husband is from Sweden.
but you live in the Netherlands, right?
Yes, we live in the Netherlands, so we speak quite a lot of languages
Oh, good. Here's another one
in
for you.
parallel.
Awesome. Cool. Just curious. Okay, Natasha Loganova. Try the second column, please.
Sorry. Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Good. I like it.
Thank you.
Elmira also changed her name into English letters for me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Can you
try.
hear me?
Yes, I can, Elmira. Please try.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Perfect. Very good. Tanya?
Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Perfect. Galina?
Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Perfect. Ina, I'm skipping. You just get to be bored and watch. Yana?
Ka, cha, ta, pa, ta.
Perfect. Jane Gardner?
Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Awesome. Hi, John, I'm skipping. Marina Gijits? I think. You try.
Ka, ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Awesome. Wonderful. Good job, everyone. Okay, how much time we have? It's 11:01. If someone needs to like go to sleep or go take care of your children or something, please go now. But we're just going to practice the third column. We're not gonna go too far over. I talked a lot in the beginning just to introduce things, so maybe I should make the class longer. I don't know. Maybe an hour 15 or something is more practical. So please don't feel constrained to stay. You learned all the basics already. So we're gonna do the third column now. Julia, remember how it goes?
Yes.
Try.
Ka,
Nice.
cha,
Yes.
ta,
Yes.
pa,
Yes.
ta.
Good. Okay, Leah.
Ga, da, da,
Ta. Ta. Harder. Ta.
da, ba, da.
Okay, just make do the whole thing again. You did the voice perfect. Now make it harder. Remember, it's not an English G, it's not an English J, D, B, or DZ if we had one. Just make it like the previous row's initializing sound. So, ka,
Ka,
ta,
ka,
ta,
ta,
pa.
ga, da, da, ba, da.
Good. Good job. Okay, Slava.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Perfect. Elena.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, ta.
Perfect. Marina.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Amazing. Natasha.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Good. Elmira.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, ta.
Thank you. Tanya.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, ta.
Good. Galina.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, ta.
Good. Yana.
Ka, cha, ta, pa, sa.
Good. Jane.
Ga, ja, da, ba, za.
Good. Marina.
Pa, ja, ta, pa, ja.
Za. Last one. Try again. Za.
Sa.
Good. Okay. Ina, pop quiz. You ready?
No.
I don't want you to be incredibly bored. That's very bad karma for me. What's the difference in meaning? If I say, what is the meaning of the word ka? Not the same spelling, but one meaning.
One meaning of ka, the alphabet.
You can say, yeah, you can say just the alphabet. Usually they say ka for the alphabet. If you put a B in front of it, what is it?
B. Like advice? No. Is it kadampa? No.
Same ka as kadampa, but the ka means like the advice of your lama or the word of the Buddha or the command of a king or something.
Mm-hmm.
The dam means advice. The ka means from your lama or from the Buddha.
Okay.
What about ka?
Ka?
Yeah.
Mouth?
Yeah, good. What about ka? Karere. Karere.
How?
What?
What?
Yeah. It's a
There are
question.
several. I was listening today for some recorded classes online, and I found out that there are several words for what.
They are.
Like
Yeah.
chi also, they say.
Chi,
It's
Ji, and
word.
Kong. Chi, Ji, Kong, and Ga are like the question words, the interrogatives. Yeah. Hi, John. Your turn. You ready?
Ready for what?
Good question. Pop quiz.
Oh gosh, what? I remember only cha.
I'm asking the questions. You hold on. what's a ta RTA? Ta.
I can't remember.
Horse.
Horse. Did we learn horse?
I don't know. Maybe. What's ta?
Ta.
The two tas.
I can't remember what's.
Extremes.
I the only word that I can remember is here is cha. Cha. T.
All you remember is T. Okay, fine.
Yes, all I can remember is T.
That's okay. Okay, anyway, I'm just trying to make it exciting. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so sorry about that light. Okay, so yeah, so I think that's all for today. I mean, we're over time, so I don't want to just keep going and going. We'll start from there next time. We'll practice the first 3 columns. We'll play some games with that, and we will move on to the 4th column and then go into the rows. Hold on, stop sharing here. So people have been waiting to get admitted to class. Are they still even there? I don't know. Sorry. People just joining class. Class is ending. I'm sorry if you got confused about the time. Maybe we can talk a little after class ends. So I did create a playlist for learning Tibetan, which I think is really helpful. Hopefully you'll find it that way as well. It goes through Geshe Michael's videos, both the old ones and the new ones. And it also goes through a variety of like videos in Tibetan for learning alphabet and for learning different parts of the alphabet. And as we go further on for learning vowels and other parts of the alphabet that you haven't been exposed to yet. So I'm gonna put that here in the chat. It also has some videos on how to draw the letters if you're interested in that. It's not as important to learn to draw the letters nowadays due to the fact that we use mostly computers, but if that is something that interests you, then I recommend you learning it. Okay, so right here in the chat, you're gonna see a link. Okay, and that's a link to the Tibetan playlist on my channel on YouTube. And yeah, check it out. And so for next class, I would just like you all to learn the first 3 columns, both the transliteration as written on the screen or had up on the screen, and the Tibetan script. So that's all on the playlist, and have fun checking that out. The first few videos go over everything you need to know for this class. Any questions before we end? Anything I forgot? What I forget, Ina?
Will you be doing classes only on Tuesdays, once per week?
I mean, oh, well, I have this class on Tuesday. Thursday, I'm teaching mind-only school.
Friday, you're teaching us.
And Friday, I'm teaching my advanced students colloquial. So the advanced class is closed to my 6 students or people who somehow are on that level in another way who can join in. The Thursday class is open to anyone who for some reason wants to learn mind only school. I don't know why. And then in this class is open. So Thursday, it's all at the same time, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in Arizona, and whatever that equates to wherever in the world you are. I think it's like 8 o'clock in the Ukraine it would start.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Kiev and Moscow time, same.
Okay, yeah, and so I don't know about France and London and such, but you guys do the math, I'm sure.
Yeah, we are a little bit behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Elmira, is it 1 o'clock in Kazakhstan?
Now it's midnight here in Kyrgyzstan. In Kyrgyzstan. It's
Oh, you're
midnight
in
now.
Kyrgyzstan? That's
in Kazakhstan also, I think. So.
Yeah, it's the same time zone.
Cool. Well, thank you so much from you. Please stick to class. Please stay in class so I can have at least one Kyrgyz student. one student from Kyrgyzstan. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Are there any other questions?
Thank you.
So next Tuesday, right?
I have a question. I have a question. Should we write Tibetan symbols also?
Yeah, I was just mentioning that. You can. It's in the playlist, and you can learn how to write the symbols. But for this class, make a flashcard in English that's just a like an index card with one side has the Tibetan symbol, which you can write, and on the other side, the English letters that I showed in the pictures, ACIP transliteration, and then from there, you just know how to pronounce that letter and recognize them as that pronunciation. Okay, so yes, you don't have to emphasize learning to write, but please learn how to at least look at them and say the sound.
Or can you share the recording so those who joined later can watch it?
Yeah, should I share it on my YouTube channel? I guess. Hi, Anna. I guess everyone give me your email right now in the chat, please. And my email just went out. So I'm just gonna make so I can just send you guys stuff by email. That'll be easier. Yes, please. Any other questions while everyone's doing that? Oh, someone asked about donations. Donate money to either ACIP or the Mixed Nuts in general, or any other Geshe Michael project you think is awesome. Donate to the place that's going to bring you the most joy. So don't worry about me. I get plenty of donations from Geshe Michael already. So I'm okay. But if you want to donate, please donate. ACIP is great. Many of our employees are refugees who have a hard time getting other kinds of work. So that's an amazing place, amazing karmic place to donate. People who have, would have a difficult time finding work otherwise. So.
It's for ICI, which do you have a link here? Can you share the link to which one?
I don't have one. I can, hold on.
Yeah.
Who's playing that video? Stop it. Or at least mute your mic. Let me see. I'm sure you can go online.
There is PayPal, also PayPal possibility.
I'm sure. Who's playing? Do I have to mute people? Who's that? Love it. Yeah, mute. ACIP. Let me just look.
I think I have found. Just a moment, sharing.
Yeah, usually if I have any donation, I just hand it to Venerable Jigme or something because I see her. But I've never.
Word, I forwarded.
Oh, you did? You put it on the.
In the you can find in chat, in the chat.
Yeah.
What I think is your movie is playing because everybody is muted.
Oh, maybe it is mine.
Yeah, it is yours.
No, it's not. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, good. Ina put it in the chat. Please feel free to give money there. Don't give never give too much that you're going to regret it later, though. Just give enough that you're like, yay! And then every night before you go to bed, you can say, yay! And Tartuk, go, yay! And then you'll be rich, and then you can give more money, and we'll all say, yay!
Here is no PayPal possibilities.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Try this one.
No, I don't think there was such a possibility. Only credit cards.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Elena, I'm sure I can put you in touch with Lashaw or.
It's better because I with PayPal is much more easier for me.
Okay.
Don't worry, Ward. Elena is a Gold Club member, very active volunteer.
Okay. So, do I have to send Nick's information in the chat or no?
Ina can ask him where is which PayPal conto could be used for this.
Okay.
Send to Geshe Michael.
Okay.
I can Geshe
Michael at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
always.
I have this. I send this regularly.
Okay, here's.
I think this is the best one. Send directly to Geshe. He will take care.
Yes.
Yes, that's always good.
He will give it to Word anyway.
I'll just get it eventually.
For example, teaching or something for Tibetan, for example, yeah, with marks.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah. By the way, the link that you posted, Word, is a European link. So people who live Europe and pay taxes in Europe, you can deduct it from your taxes. Better place, etc.
Okay, and I just sent. I put Nick Lashaw's email in and he's the manager for the Mixed Nuts. So, and he also works for ACIP. So, any questions?
Oh la la, he will not be happy if he will receive questions.
Sorry, if it's to give money, he will be happy. So don't worry. Not now.
What is this for music?
Because mute. Anyway, okay. I'm muting everyone. How about that? I muted you all. Okay, so that's it for class. I think maybe class will go to 11:15 now. Hopefully that works for everybody, because otherwise it's
Word is your music because everybody is muted.
What? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, good. All right, so that's it. Unless there's more questions, if some people have questions that missed the beginning of class, just stay on and we can chat. All right.
Thank you.
Let's do mandala, Ina. Go.
Sashi puki jukshin metok tram rira blinshin yende ginpadi Sange shintu mikte ulvarge, troku namdak shinla chuparshuk, idam guru ratna mandala kamniretayami. Gevadi kevokun, sunam yeshe tsogdokshin, sunam yeshe lejunve, tampa kunito parsho.
Yay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
class dismissed. Do you have any questions? Like what you missed? Oh yeah, yeah, Tuesdays, only Tuesdays.
Yeah, I understood already.
Okay, so next Tuesday, see you next Tuesday, same time, 10 a.m.
Thank you.
Bye, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Please study. Bye. Okay, everyone good? No questions? Okay, take care.